That's one thing I got. But yeah.
But what?
And no, I'm just saying, and you're very loyal, and I'm assuming, I don't know, your word is better than like anything. Like if you say you're gonna do something or tell someone you're there for them, you're not gonna back down or you're not gonna go against it.
Yeah.
And you have very good morals as far as being brought up in a religious household.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That can be a good thing and a bad thing. I'm like loyal to a fault. Like, I'm not saying in this game. I'm talking about life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it takes a lot. Even if somebody's doing me wrong, if I am committed, even as a friend, it takes a lot for me to
completely.
quit being there. You know, but once I'm done with something, I'm done. Like there's no coming back.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. So you'll give like second and third chances, but once the bridge is burned, then
once I'm over it, that's my problem though. If I ever say I'm over it, I mean it. I'm over it. No regrets.
Won't go back.
Yeah. But see, I think out everything before I do it very thoughtfully, so I don't regret it. Like once a decision's made, I'm completely fine with it. You know, I never waver.
Think of the consequences, the pros, cons.
I think about all of it, and then once I make a decision, I stick with it, and I'm happy with it. You know.
Smart.
That's why I couldn't turn this down, because I knew I'd always be like, "What if?"
Yeah.
And it would drive me crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah, and who can say, you know, they had the opportunity to do this? Even Kara, you know, going out week one, it sucks, but she can at least say she was part of it.
Yeah.
And it's going to suck if, you know, if one of us leaves before winning, you know, it's always going to, I mean, when do you get a 1 in 12 chance to win $500,000?
You don't.
Exactly, not even with a lottery, so it's...
Well, now our chances are 1 in 11, because there's no way.
That's true. But they were down to 1 in 7.
Oh. That makes me sick.
That makes me so sick. 1 in 7. That's, and then basically a 2 and 7 to at least make 50,000 or more. So it's like all the work we did to get this close, it's like shot down. But everything happens for a reason. I know I was going through my head today, like, what if I did use the power veto to save Kara? You know, we would have had your 2 votes. And me and JoJo's votes would have been 4-4. We really would have had the tie vote. He was then gone. He would have been gone. And Boogie would have been gone down to 2 players. And then Frank wouldn't have won the HOH. We would have. And it's like, but you can't
play that.
You can't.
Because we wouldn't be in this position if Kara was still here.
Right, exactly. No,
I could not be here right now.
No, you'd still be here. You'd still be here.
How would I still be here?
Because Will would have won the second HOH and he would have got you guys out.
Yeah,
He would have kept shooting for you got Boogie.
Yeah.
And then I would have won the third HOH probably, and then...
And me. Now we're at me?
Huh?
So now I'm the 4th HOH.
Yeah.
First girl.
But then after the third one, it would have been... then the coaches come back in. And we probably would have just completely destroyed Boogie. He would have already out the door. But you can't do the shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Nope. I don't. Wherever it all happens. I'm such a huge believer in faith in God. Like, I believe everything happens for a reason, and this is the way that it's supposed to happen.
Me too.
You know, so.
Yep.
Honestly, though, before I came here, I figured they would have cast guys that were like super hot like you, but that were just so full of themselves.
I'm not.
I know you're not. That's why it's like.
I still have the confidence in the self-esteem, like that I had 6-7 years ago when I was fat. That's my problem. Like people try to give me compliments, and I can't take them.
You can take them, you just don't believe them.
Right, exactly. That's true. Very true.
Just say thank you.
I know. I've been getting better at it, but it's tough.
I understand. You wouldn't believe me if I told you when I was a freshman in college, I gained 20 pounds. And you want to talk about a depressive state? I went anorexic.
Freshman 40?
Sophomore in college.
That's when I gained all my... Well, mine was my junior in college.
Mine was my freshman. I gained 20 pounds. I became extremely depressed. I then got in a terrible relationship. He would come up to me and be like, something...
Talk about your weight?
Like, indirectly.
Yeah.
And so then I became anorexic. I got down to 108
Come on.
pounds. I was as tiny as Brittany. It wasn't like, I hate food. I was just so depressed. I didn't...
Right. Well, my sister also, I won't get into it because of live feeds, but she struggled with her appetite too. And I grew up with her. Yeah, and I grew up, and now she sustains her weight, but she eats a lot healthier than what she did. And a lot of it was her relationship status. Her boyfriend at the time, messed her up psychologically, and
oh my gosh, I could so relate to her.
She related it with food, and then
Yeah, well then he came up to me one time, I remember I got out of the shower, and he came up to me, I had a towel around, and like my collarbone sticks out now, but it was like extremely prominent, and he comes up and he says, now you're skin and bones, do you really think I want to sleep with you now? And I was like...
What kind of douchebag would say that?
A guy that thinks he's so hot that he... every girl wants it. And that's what he told me when I broke up with him. He said, you're never going to date somebody as hot as me. And I was
what a dick.
I said, watch me.
Exactly.
But it's somebody like, God, he's just, I feel so bad for him now because he's so unhappy with himself and so unhappy with his life. Like, he'll never be able,
Yeah.
So.
It's crazy.
But
Sucks for him.
So glad. It was really a blessing, like, because I'm so, like I've seen it, but like it's now, like I saw him in public once, and there's no, it's like that, oh my gosh, why did I date that person? Have you ever seen one of those people?
I have.
You're like,
what
was I
and you
thinking?
grow up, and then
it's so embarrassing.
Yeah, and then you look back.
I'm not even attracted to him anymore. I'm
Really?
serious. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, well, it's like high school love.
Yeah, pretty much. So.
Yep, been there, done that. Yeah, in fact, my first serious relationship in high school, she's getting married this September. Then the girl I dated after that got married like 4 years ago. And my high school sweetheart, who I followed to college, who broke up with me, she cheated on me with a guy. She just married that guy like 4 years ago. So all my exes are all married and everything.
Does that bother you?
No, not one bit. Because it made me realize who I was and what I want to do with my life. Because my high school sweetheart, she kind of dictated everything that I did. She would get mad if I hung out with my friends instead of her.
See, that's how T first treated me. Like, he made me pretty much like abandon all my friends, and like it was miserable. And I would never ever do that to somebody else.
Right.
Ever.
And she made me feel guilty. It's like, either pick me or your friends.
No, you're supposed to have a balance of both. Like,
exactly.
If you can't have guy friends and get out of my hair, of course I want to spend like as much time as with you. But distance makes the heart grow fonder. Like I want you to miss me sometimes.
Absolutely. So true. And we were both young. I mean, we were seniors in high school.
Same here. Yeah. Well, you don't know then.
No.
You know now.
No idea.
Like, also, like, I said this the other day at the table, but like, I'll never date a guy ever again that if I feel like he goes out and I don't talk to him for 4 or 5 hours, that I'm sitting here worrying or blowing up his phone.
Right.
No.
Exactly. You got to trust him.
Yeah, you need to go out, have a guys' night, have a great time. You're a grown man. I don't need to tell you what you are and aren't allowed to do. And guess what? If you don't already know, then I don't want to be with you anyway.
Exactly.
I don't have time for that nonsense.
Exactly, yeah.
And I want a guy. I want to be with a guy that doesn't want to do that, Like,
right, wants to come home with you.
Yeah. I'm sitting here telling him what to do, then that doesn't mean that you see what I'm saying?
I 100% understand.
I don't know, I'm just not bossy at all, like, whatever.
That's a good way to be. Good way to be. Oh.
What's your favorite thing to get? Like, do you like, how does somebody show, like, if you're in a relationship, how does somebody show you affection? Like,
I hate presents.
You hate them? It makes you feel uncomfortable, like you owe them? Okay.
I don't know, communication and touch.
You're a touch.
Yeah, like if they touch me or like hold my hand or, touch my back before going to bed or something. Or snuggle.
Yeah.
But also, communication's huge. If you
absolutely.
A lot of people don't they don't communicate, and that's what half the problem is.
They're afraid to tell the other person something.
How they
Because
really
of how they're
feel.
going to react.
Yep.
But,
yeah, I've never enjoyed getting gifts or any of that stuff. I like buying gifts for other people,
you're
but
the exact same way I am.
but like I said, I'm much of a. I find a lot of joy in seeing someone else happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what about you?
Makes me happy if the guy is so not comfortable, I guess comfortable in who he is, but like
Knows what he wants in life.
and isn't afraid, not even if he's not doing that, but just knows what he wants out of life,
Right.
or wants to
Pursuing something that he wants,
or
not
it
just
doesn't even matter, just not complacent and doesn't want to just barely go by life, just
Right.
dream, like I feel like all of us aren't. I don't feel like any of us are like that here because we're here.
Yeah, you like a guy that takes risks and
And like I don't know, I'm very spontaneous too. Like I love to travel, and like if I ever if we had nothing to do, say we both had a weekend off, and I was like, hey, I can take us both somewhere. Let's go. I just want somebody to do that with me, But also, I feel better if a guy touch just. I don't know. I guess you can tell me, if you were saying I love you or something, you can tell me that all day. You have to show me, but not with money and stuff, just by how you touch me or how you kiss me. Oh my gosh. If you grab my face and you kiss me, I'm done. I'm done.
Right.
Just stuff little nothings, like a card, on top of my car. Yeah, or something that I didn't expect. That means more than a diamond any day.
Yeah, I see. I'm sorry, but if I had to spend $700 on a pair of shoes...
Did you see my face?
I was like, that's 2 car payments. That's crazy. I barely spend $50 on a pair of friggin' shoes. Well, that's the people, I couldn't stand dating a girl, that wanted materialistic things to make her happy. I can't never please a girl.
That's what I told Joe the one time, though. I said, I would gladly live in a chicken coop with the one person that I was supposed to be with, to live in a mansion and be miserable because
absolutely.
That's
money really doesn't buy happiness. I know that whole quote, but it definitely helps.
But but it doesn't even. No, it doesn't buy happiness. It buys you. It buys
materialistic
you
things.
Yeah, but it buys you feeling of a self-worth. But if you're with that one person you love, you're going to be happy all the time because of the way they're going to make you feel.
Exactly.
There's no way in hell I would. It's not even I would never ever. I've never dated anybody for money. Because,
neither.
to be honest, I could take care of somebody. There's other stuff that you will learn to find out. So, but
trust fund, maybe.
Nah.
I'm just playing. I'm the exact opposite.
Nobody really knows, and guys I've dated or something little. It's nothing huge, but because I don't want them to date me for the wrong reasons.
Right. Absolutely. Well, that's huge. Well, that's another issue that I have,
But no, I'm not a trust fund baby.
Well, it's tough with me, I have, my bills are more than I have coming in right now, and it's so hard to stay
I'm sure you're beyond stressed out.
That was half my reason. I was gonna decide not to come out here because I couldn't make everything work, but my grandma helped me out to pay my bills. Thank God bless her. I'm gonna have to pay her back, but
well, at least being on being here, you're making more than
exactly. I am.
So
that's what the initial factor was. But no one in the $5,000. He didn't even bat an eyelash. He was like, oh, whatever. If I won $5,000 right now, that'd be a life change.
His parents are
surgeons. I know. It sucks because I've been working since I was 11, and I've lived paycheck to paycheck. I bought my own car. I've paid myself through all college. My parents helped me my first year, but I'm paying $600 a month right now just in student loans. Plus, I decided to help my parents with their house, which I thought was something that I had to do or wanted to do. It's my own decision.
So are your parents struggling right now?
Very much so.
Really?
Yeah, they, well, just long story short, they owed, their house was worth $150,000, and they owed, $145.
Okay.
And I was like, Mom, you know, we had just bought a foreclosure and redone it. And I'm like, Mom, it was a lot smaller. I go, Mom, Dad, just move into this one.